Hi, everyone, and welcome to StudioJake. I, of course, am your host, Jacob Airy. Thank you for joining me on my vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture from anime to television to film to celebrity news and sometimes gaming. I would really appreciate it if you would like this video, share it out, leave me a comment, and tell me what you think. Also, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscriptions and I'm over 750, so over halfway, in other words, and I would really appreciate your help. Every single subscription helps me a great deal to and helps me reach my goal, so I would appreciate it. All right. So, diving into the topic today. Now, I always say that when it comes to gaming, I'm a little bit of a normie. I haven't played, hundreds of games. I've perhaps played almost 100 games. I'm not really in the community. I don't go on, message boards. I don't live stream gaming, although a few people have told me that I should. But I do have games, and occasionally I do reviews, which I always call my normie reviews. Now, I won't be doing that today, but I'm going to be talking about a game that I do enjoy a great deal, and that is Destiny 2. So, it was announced recently by Bungie, that is the creator of Destiny 2, that they are going to be ending what has been called the Light and Darkness saga. So, that started with the first Destiny and the three expansion packs, as well as Destiny 2 and the many expansion packs and seasons that have come with that. So, most recently is Beyond Light. Well, there was a fan favorite character that came in with Destiny 1 and was brought in to Destiny 2, particularly the first conflict of that game, which was the Red War, which saw Earth get invaded by by the Red Legion, group of aliens who were intent on capturing uh, the Traveler, who gives humanity and the Awoken and all these other species their abilities. So during that, there was an expansion called the Forsaken. Now, spoiler alerts if you haven't played it, but I actually don't think it's active anymore. But there was a fan favorite character who was an exo, so a cybernetic human called Cayde-6. And what happened was, is during the Forsaken, Cayde-6 was killed by an evil prince. Now, the evil prince has since been killed off, but his body at least was resurrected by a ghost and he now goes by the Crow, and now he's a heroic character. They do this thing where if you get killed and you get awakened by a ghost that's not your own, you get a completely new identity. And now, what ghosts are these little cybernetic beings that came from the Traveler, and they heal you, they help with your abilities, they help you with space travel, that kind of thing. Now, with Cayde-6, he was one of my favorite characters. I especially enjoyed having him on board when I did the Red War saga. He's a huge, fun character, sort of a lone one. They do like these little mini missions within the game called the Vanguard playlist, where you can go and do ones. I always loved the ones where he was a character. He never appeared in any, but you could hear his voice. He would talk to you through the comm link and stuff, and freaking love that guy. Well, everyone was sad, obviously, when he was killed off there in the Forsaken, and they did this to show just how dangerous the evil prince really was, and as well as the other prisoners. What happened was the prince was in a prison and he staged a breakout with a bunch of other evil, more criminal types, as opposed to the big, sort of grandiose characters that you kind of take on. And the prince, like I said, he killed Cayde-6, and it was really emotional. They even did like a post. They even did like a funeral scene. They did a quest that you could do where you could recover Cayde-6 weapons, the Ace of Spades. As you can see, I have a replica of it. That it's styrofoam. I got it at a comic book convention. It was one of my best purchases, in my opinion, and I that's how much I love the character. And well, now apparently in the upcoming expansion, which will be called The Final Shape, Destiny 2 The Final Shape, Cayde-6 has returned. In a teaser trailer, you see Ikora, who's one of humanity's leaders. She is speaking with someone, and you hear his voice, and it turns, and you realize it is Cayde. Cayde-6. I guess now he'd be Cayde-7. But he has returned, and he says, and she goes, I really wish you had been there, referring to all the events previously. And Cayde-6 says, well, I'm here now. And then he kind of looks up, and you see this triangular shaped portal, and he goes, wherever here is. And it comes up Destiny 2, the final shape. I am incredibly excited for this. I am looking forward to it. Like I said, I love playing Destiny 2, and I love trying to get new weapons, get new types of armor, all kinds of stuff. It is a fun thing, and I'm so excited to see Cayde returning. Um, Recently, they one of the voice actors, the one who voices Avala, who is the leader of what's called the Vanguard. So he's an Awoken. He's not a human, but the voice actor Lance Riddick, he passed away, and the players in game held a really sweet vigil for him. He was also a fan of the game, so he would play. He didn't just voice act, he actually played the game. Of course, you might know him if you don't play the game, you might know him from the John Wick films. He was the concierge. Really amazing character, fantastic actor, and it was a shame when he passed away so suddenly. But I think with his passing, I think probably Zavala's character, he's eventually going to retire, or maybe they'll do something different in the game. Whatever the case may be, I'm glad they're bringing back Cayde-6. I really think that's good for fans. What's interesting, I'm going to be curious how this works, because when you enter the tower, which is kind of like your main headquarters to start the game, whenever you log on, you can go out and to the left, and they actually have a bust of Cayde-6's head. And when you walk up to it, you can do it. It has like game quotes from him, and I think that's really cool. Now, I actually don't remember who voices Cayde-6. I'm gonna look that up real quick. I'm gonna see that real quick. I know this is live radio, but let's see. It is Nathan Fillion. That's what I thought. And Nathan Fillion is, of course, one of my favorite actors. He was he of course was in Firefly, which is probably one of the best short-lived science fiction television series to ever run. He, of course, was in Castle. He voiced Green Lantern in several DC animated films. They should have gotten him to play Hal Jordan live action. I think he would be great at that. Fantastic actor. I can't believe I forgot that he was Cayde-6, but you got to see it on this video that, I forgot. Hence why I'm a normie. And he is returning, according to the article I just read, he is returning to the role of Cayde-6. So it's the original voice actor brought back. For some reason, I thought that they had recasting, but I guess they didn't. I guess I misread an article. They were probably, knowing me, I just probably misread it. But it's very exciting. It's very cool. I'm curious to see how they're going to bring it back, because according to the game's lore, if your ghost is destroyed, that's it. You can't come back. Like I said, if another ghost finds your body and scans you, you come back as a totally different person. This is what happened with the prince when he was turned into the crow. In fact, your character, when you first wake up, when your ghost comes and scans you, you are completely amnesiac, or you have amnesia, and you don't remember anything. And that's why your ghost has to explain to you what's going on, how that's working out, how that's going on, that sort of thing. And you're kind of thrust into whatever situation is at the moment. For me, I did play the first Destiny, but specifically the Forsaken King expansion. I thought it was fun. When Destiny 2 came out, I got on board when they did the Red War, and also I loved the Osiris. I loved the Warmind expansions. I thought they were really fun, especially the Osiris one. I was kind of actually sad because Osiris, he had kind of made his home on Mercury, and that planet is no longer available to play, which is a real shame. I hate it when they completely block out planets. It's kind of disappointing. I wish they would bring some back, which they just brought Titan back for Season of the Deep, which is the latest season. I'm pretty excited to play that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited. Once again, I'm excited to see Cayde-6 coming back. And like I said, I'm curious to see how they're going to explain his coming back to life. Maybe they're going to do something where his ghost wasn't really dead or something like that. Or maybe it's because they have established that there are alternate timelines. For instance, there's a character called Saint 14. He's really good friends with Osiris. There, you do a mission at one point where you find his dead body, and so you think he's dead, but then his ship arrives to Earth, and they establish that one of your enemies, which is called the Vex, they're trying to breach what's called the Veil, and it has different dimensions, different temporal flows. So I'm curious, maybe that's how they're going to bring him back. Maybe there's going to be a a variant where he was the only survivor of the Red War or something like that. So whatever the case may be, man, I've noticed how much the multiverse, which is a pseudoscientific theory, in my opinion. I know there's some scientists who think it's legit, even though they've never been able to prove, there are other dimensions. But I noticed that a lot of franchises are kind of using that as a way to bring characters back. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Whatever the case may be, I am stoked to see Cayde-6 return. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, that you'll leave me a comment and tell me what you think, that you'll share it out with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to StudioJake. I cover all kinds of nerd and pop culture topics, including film, television, anime, comic books, and so much more. I hope that you'll also head over to my main website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I have even more news, views, and commentary. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my locals page. That's studiojakemedia.locals.com. It's the best way to support me. I'm trying to build a little community there. I have exclusive reviews and articles, so definitely head over there and check it out. And I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.